Good afternoon. Good. What can I say? Uh, I'm recovering from that debacle yesterday, and not very happy last night coming home and another horrible defeat. But what can you do if you can't defend, as they say? You're not going to, even if you're playing a team like Brighton, you're not going to survive because we give two really stupid goals away. I think we missed countless chances as well in the first, and when we were doing all right, and you don't put your chances away, and you do concede. There's only one outcome, and unfortunately, we haven't got the players. And it's a sad indictment, but that's how it is. Hi Premier League, hi Jad, hi Liam, hi Careless, CFC. We're playing today. Villa Park later on. Hi Jake, how are you, mate? I'm sure we'll be looking at that game tonight. Liverpool and Everton. Hi Henry, our member. Let me read what he's got to say. One of our members on here. Let's have a look. What a load of rubbish. Yeah, well, I couldn't disagree. Hi Sean, hi Liam. Cardiff are beating Leeds. All right. Cardiff are beating Leeds. What are your thoughts on Mapai? Listen, I've watched it again, and even the pundits on Match of the Day said it wasn't. I mean, yeah, it wasn't good, but I don't think he went to cause the injury that Leno did. I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't really a game changer either, really, to be honest. And all my thoughts go out to it's a horrible injury. My thoughts go out to Leno. Hopefully, he'll be back soon in the near future. But my thoughts go out. But I think you can't really totally blame the player for that. I mean, it's just one of them things. It happens. I think too much is made of that will cover the cracks that really are happening. And just at the end of the day, we weren't good enough. And I'm not going to start blaming because Martinez came in. I don't think I thought he done quite well. He made the saves that he could make. The goals, he had no chance with any of the goals. And he made a couple of good saves as well. And that particularly when he just come on, that save he made in the first half, when he just come on, that was incredible. Because he went through a crowd of players, and that was a good save, a top save. So I'm not going to say that the Leno injury changed the game. I don't think it did. I think that what it is, we've got players that have got no real ability. And I'm going to say what I said this morning. I mean, I'm going to be outrageous. I'm going to say, if you took a lot of these players to a car boot sale on a Sunday morning, you'd struggle to sell them. And that's how I feel. I'm sorry. I say it as it is. I'm not going to pamper. I've seen some tweets this morning. Nothing to not keep blaming Kroenke, this, Kroenke, that. But what about the recruitment of these players as well? And Arteta yesterday, right, is showing signs that maybe, is he up to the job? Because the substitutions yesterday were atrocious. I mean, and why isn't Martinelli getting a game? Why isn't he getting a game in this team? You know, the substitutions were atrocious. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, Chadwick, hello. Let's see. First, Connor. Hello, Connor. Member of the channel. You can blame the defence, but the attack needs to finish the dinner. Exactly. I'm not saying it was just the defence. As Lee Judge said to me, was sitting beside me yesterday when we were doing the watch along, he said the attack is just as culpable, and I agree with him. You don't put your chances away. If we put them chances away, we might not have to rely on the defence. But we still conceded 2 goals. And I don't think it's acceptable against a team of that. I was watching that game yesterday. And I was watching it. Even at 1-0, I thought, I don't think Brighton, even though we were playing great, I mean, there was an individual brilliance from Pepe yesterday that got the goal. Overall, his play on the day wasn't very good. But that goal was special. But even then, I still didn't think Brighton had enough in them to break us down. But when we give them the gifts that we gave them, what more? I mean, what was Bellerin doing for one of them goals? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. These are so-called players that are supposed to be good enough for a big club. Are they? Are they really? Come on, there's a lot of players that need. And Arteta's substitution, and then bringing on 3 players with about 5 minutes to go, and not one of them was Martinelli's bringing on Reece Nelson. Martinelli, I don't understand it. Was a player of the month in February, has not been seen since. Now, some explanation needs to be said, and I don't know why he hasn't been drilled by the media or anyone else about this, because he's not put Martinelli in the firing line at all. And there must be a reason. And if he is carrying an injury, let us know. Let us know what injury. And if he was, why would he be on the bench? You know, I don't understand it. I mean, let's see some of your comments. Mohammed's things. I think Arsenal's problem is not the coach; it's the board. Yeah, yes, the board. But then again, is it the when you say the board, are we talking about the recruitment of these players? Because I think it's we've not recruited well. If you look at our net spending with Liverpool, right, our net spend is nearly as much as the same, probably a few million in it, not that much in it. And yeah, look where they are. And look at Leicester, who's about the same as us in net spend over the last few years. Where are they? Yeah. And you look at the Brighton's defences. If you look at those 2 centre halves for Brighton, would they get in our team? Of course they would. I mean, they would get in our side, the 2 centre halves for Brighton. Yeah. Kangaroo Jack, thank you for the donation, mate. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's be honest, our defence is uncoachable. When it comes down to it, they are not good enough. The club needs a rebuild, top to bottom. I couldn't agree with you more. It does need a rebuild, and it needs it's drastic, and it might take a long time to repair this damage, because I'm telling you now, how we're going to get rid of half of these players, I don't know. Simpy's in the chat as well. Simpy, all right, Simpy, how are you, mate? If you want, I'll send you a link in a minute, and if you want to come on for 5 minutes, give me your view. It'd be nice to hear from you. So yeah, this is the problem. I don't know what to say. I mean, let's have a look here now. Oh dear. Well, just doing a couple of things. See, I don't know if you watched even Ty at the end of the evening. He got really upset with the striker calling him a cheater. But this is deflecting everything away from the performance of the whole team. It's not acceptable. We now play Southampton, and we better get our ideas up, because we could really be in a very low position come the end of the season. And it's just as well we're up to 40 points. You know what I'm saying? It's not a joke now. It's not a joke at all. You know what I mean? It's not a joke at all. I'm just gonna try and get some stuff up at the moment. Have a look around about. I'm trying to get some stuff up on here. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, just bear with me a minute, everyone. trying to do 101 things here. Yeah, so let's have a look at more of your comments. Right, let's have a look at more of your comments. Next to Pinto, this is a Liverpool fan here. At times European champions. Yeah, the next season's very crucial for AFC with Newcastle on the rise. There'll be more teams competing. Very true. They're another team that are going to be coming up on the ropes next season. So we'll see how that goes. You know, let's have a look. Thank you for the donation, by the way. It's very nice of you. Thank you so much for that. And good luck this afternoon, by the way, or this evening when you play Everton. That will be free, one game away from winning the title if you win today. There's Matthew Taylor. Claude, now the season is now done for us. What are your thoughts on it and where will we finish at the end of the season and possibly out of it? Yeah. Unless we start picking up, we've got some games coming up where are winnable. Let's not be, which are Norwich. I think Southampton might be more difficult, but there's Norwich. There are a couple of games where we are winnable, but I think between 6 and 8 is probably, and that's might be pushing it really. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know anymore. Carefree George. Oh well, let's get Diesel's in. Is Diesel in? Diesel's in the house. Hi, Diesel. How are you? I thought you wasn't coming in, mate.
No, I thought I'd surprise you, mate. I want your thoughts, Claude, on yesterday, mate.
Well, I've just given them, mate. Yeah, I've just given them, and to be honest with you, as I said to someone earlier, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
As I said to someone earlier, as I said to people earlier in the chat, I said, if you brought these players down to a car, most of these players down to a car boot, so on a Sunday morning, you would be finding it hard to get rid of them. So that's how I see it. So let's.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Listen, I said it last night, Claude. You know, for me, the club is finished. I don't mean to be negative. I've seen enough, and I think what a lot of it is all this about. You know, let's not be negative. Let's see how the season goes. Us as Arsenal fans, we're tired, Claude. You know, we're tired of being served up the same crap, right? And it's season in, season out. Yeah, right. As an Arsenal fan, why can't we call out Arteta? Why can't we call out his substitutions? Why can't we call out his lineup? Off the ball, right? In that game yesterday, off the ball, we were lazy, Claude. We don't work hard enough as a team. That's a fact. That is a fact, right? And I said it last night. Liverpool could be 3 or 4-0 up, and they still work and graft, right? They play like they would be 3-0 down. They're 3-0 up, and they're still working right for each other. I look at us, and it's just, you know, they're at walking pace. It's disgusting, and that is a fact.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a fact, right? Aubameyang don't get a pass from me. Right, we go on about the defence, and yet because he's such a loved player at the club, nothing gets said. All that gets said is, "Oh, he didn't have any service." Well, that's not good enough.
Poor last night. He was poor last night. He missed a couple of, and even Lacazette was even worse. I think. I didn't think any of them played really well. I mean, I thought Saka was the only one that stood out for me. Had any sort of credibility. I thought Pepe wasn't very good either. Even though he scored a fantastic goal, a brilliant goal, a great finish, what he's capable. And this is the problem. We are relying on every game now, is relying on individual brilliance because we have no team pattern whatsoever there. There's no strategy of play. And all these people that say we've gone major improvements, style of play has changed since Arteta. Absolute bullshit. Bullshit. I'm not having this. And he's culpable as well. And I'm not having this, oh, you can't blame Arteta. You can't blame Arteta. Well, what was he doing yesterday with these substitutions? What was he doing? And then bringing them on with 5 minutes to go.
If Emery had done that, let's be real, let's be honest here, right? If Emery had done that, he would have been lynched, right? Yeah. So why does Arteta get a free pass? Because he's an ex-Arsenal player, he's an ex-Arsenal captain, and he won an FA Cup with us, right? And he sat next to Pep, yeah? Right, now Arteta may well become a great man. We don't know. All we can comment on is what we're seeing right now. Right, I don't know what's in the future. I'm not Mystic Meg, yeah. Right, but we can comment on what we're seeing right now. What we're seeing right now is that Brighton have done the double over us this season. Right, let that sink in, Claude. This is Brighton.
Yeah,
Brighton.
Exactly. Can I just put this super chat in because it's Zaraki. So I hope you pronounce it well. Thank you for the donation, mate. Hi, Claude. We need to go back to the 4-2-3-1 with Albert down the middle and Martinelli on the left. Yeah, keep up the great work. Big fan from Australia. Martinelli's not starting. Player in a month in February hasn't been seen since. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, was it January or February? I think it was. Maybe I've got that wrong. But it's ridiculous, and I've not been seen since. I think I think it was the Bournemouth game. I think, and then he had one poor game after. I think one poor 45 against Chelsea. I think it was. After the Chelsea game, and then I've never seen him since. And I don't get it. And we should know. It's no good coming out and not telling us that. And why aren't the media asking these questions? Because he's getting away with it.
Yeah, of course he is. He's getting away with murder. You know what I think it was, Claude? We saw the owners looked over at Man United and thought, do you know what? Right, they brought in Solskjaer. He's not really getting any grief. Right, the fans are not on his back because he's a club legend, and they thought, well, do you know what? We should do that. I mean, Arteta's not a legend, right? In my eyes, don't get me wrong, right? Yeah. But it's obviously no one's really going at Arteta, right? And I think, I'm not saying everyone should be demanding that he's out, but he's got questions he needs to answer, Claude. He needs to answer why Martinelli's not playing. How do you put Reece Nelson and Nketiah in front of Martinelli? What has this kid done wrong? Come out and tell us. And if I was Martinelli, I'd be saying, do you know what? I'm off. I'm gone. I will go. Big clubs will come in for him, and big clubs will play him. Why are we not playing him? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
These are...
what's up saying? Chadwick is since we've got into membership. After the game, I wonder if these players that played in that game came to the realization they're just not good enough. Well, yeah, we've known that for a long time, and I'm sure they realised it for a long time and all. But at the end of the day, they're getting a lot of money, and if no one's going to pay, and they're under contract, and no one else is going to pay that sort of money, they're going to stay here where they are, mate, and that's the problem. Should leave the club, void their contracts. Yeah, if we could, if we could just pay out their contracts and go. Yeah, I'm telling you what. I'm looking at that squad. I'm about 18 or 16 or I'm going about 15 players out of that squad. They're not good enough. Man. Not good enough.
I think you said it yesterday, but we need a complete overhaul. I'm not on about one or two players here. I'm on about 9, 10, 11. I know it's impossible, right? But we need to do as much as we can.
The trouble is, Diesel, there are people in Twitter, and even last night when Ty would done that, I don't know if you saw the rant that he done in front of the camera about the footballer Malpa, going on about how he's a cheat and this and that, and not even going on about looking at where we're going wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Claude, right? Can I just say this, yeah? Because I'm going to be as respectful as I can, right? Because I know he's your mate, right? But listen, I watched that last night, and for me, Ty is a football owner's dream supporter. He is a football owner's dream, yeah, because he accepts it, right? Right? We didn't lose because of more pay, right?
No, of
right?
course
We need to look at ourselves, right? Come out and tell it as it is. Talk about the performance. Talk about what we did wrong. Don't talk about, right? Because what he was doing was deflecting it and talking about this Brighton player, right? And he hopes they get relegated, yeah? Brighton have done the double over us this season, right?
Yeah.
Talk about in-house. Talk about what we're doing, what we're not doing right. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and all this blaming it on him, blaming it. It's that blame culture. It's passing the buck. No, it's us. You know, we have no style of play, Claude. Right? We go through the motions. We're at walking pace. Do you know what I'm saying? Half those players don't look interested. They're not. They don't want to be there. They're at Arsenal because they're comfortable, right? And they're on a big wedge. That's all it is.
Yeah, the trouble is, I know he didn't have a good game yesterday, but if you sell Aubameyang for 30, 40 million, what are you going to get in return? That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
If Arteta's got 60, 70 million, right, just say, right, already, and he sells Aubameyang for 40 million, you put that 40 with the 60, then we've got, we've got 100 million. That can get you 5, 6 top players, Claude, because it's all in installments. Not all of it is up front. If he doesn't want to stay, I don't care how good he is. If he doesn't want to stay, as far as I'm concerned, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off, go. You ain't bigger than the club. I'm sick and tired of these players, holding us like they have all the power, and we just got to sit here and accept it and beg him to stay.
Yeah.
No.
Unknown driller. Exactly the point. Mourinho would have our defense, mind you. Even Mourinho wouldn't be able to sort this defense out. I think. I don't know. When it's time, he says, thanks for the donation. He says, when is it time to go for Mikel? Josie in, yeah. Well, look, listen, I'm not saying he should go now, Arteta, but I'm looking at it now. And he's not convincing me that he can turn his club around.
Yeah.
But then again, who can? I mean, yeah, thank you, Terry.
Big up, Sal.
You need to spend at least 200 million, says Nicholas. But and the rest, maybe. Not only do we need to spend it, we need to get rid as well of a few, I think.
That's it. Hey, listen, Word. Explain to me how I'm deluded, right? So, right, saying it, back it up.
Oh, yeah.
Back it up. How am I deluded? Tell me how I'm deluded. Go on, mate.
Yeah. Sometimes you can get some good players if you've got a proper scouting system. You can get players. Look at Leicester City. They didn't spend a lot of money, but they spent 200 million maybe. But they've like the same as us. They spent 200 million, but they bought the proper players that suit them and got them going.
Yeah, because
they always have household names because they got a Spanish name or a French name. That mean they're going to bloody do the business for you. What's Conor McCracken, another member of our team, now a member. Arteta's still a coach, not a man. I don't think he understands how big the job is. Listen, any top job in any industry, right? Would you put someone with no experience in it? I'm asking people out there. Would you give a job in any industry, right? Well, any industry, give it to a bloke that's not got no experience, and I don't think you would. So I don't understand. Do you understand where I'm coming from now, Diesel, on that one, man? Because
Claude, listen, I said it last night. I've said it in previous streams. Yeah, when you got a club, call it even a business. Yeah, if you're a businessman, right, and your business is sinking, do you give it to a rookie, or do you go all out and get the best person for the job, right? And that's how I look at it. I've got nothing against Arteta. I love the way he speaks in press conferences. In my opinion, he sounds like he gets it. But speaking in press conferences and actions are completely different. The two need to marry up for me, right? And what his actions are not marrying up with what he's saying in the press conferences. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He takes too long to put his subs on. Right? There's no game management, in my opinion. All we're doing in these last two games is trying to keep the opposition at bay, right, for as long as we can, right? We don't stamp our authority on the game, right? Man City, really, as everyone was saying to me, Claude, if there was ever a great time to play him, it's then. You know, Kevin De Bruyne is overweight. He's not going to turn up and this, that, the other. They demolished us, right? Park that up. Brighton's coming. We go again. Our season starts at Brighton, right? And look, they embarrassed us twice this season. That's for the second time now. It's disgusting, mate. You know, they don't want to be here. All these youngsters have been given a chance in the Arsenal first team, right? Back in the day, that meant something. Are they grabbing their chance? No. Why? I'd like to know why. Why does no one ask Arteta that? All these questions, right, for the journalists are all vetted, yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? I want someone to ask him proper questions.
Yeah.
Make him uncomfortable. He's on $5 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Ask him.
Yeah.
Joke, mate.
Well, there's a friend of yours in the chat. Look, Jake. He's just joined the chat. He said,
Hello, Jake.
He says, hope you're good, bro. He said, decent.
Do you know what I mean? Listen, Jake's a Liverpool fan, right? And I've said it before, you know, I look at Liverpool.
Good luck
as the
tonight, Jake, for Liverpool.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't have helped you out the other day, Jake.
Let's have a look if there's anything else in the chat here while we're... I've not missed anything. Why sign Pepe when central defence and defensive midfield were the priority? Yeah. You know what? I'm not against Pepe, but that goal yesterday was a fantastic goal. But if you got all of it, Pepe would be great for us. If you got all the other players in the proper positions that know doing what they're doing properly, then Pepe would fit in brilliantly. But unfortunately, as much as I like him as a player, he shouldn't have been the priority. Our priority should have been getting these players and then supplementing Pepe with these players. So I've got nothing against him. It's not his fault. He's still adapting to the English Premier League. But when you got, you have to have, when you're coming into a new club, it's not so easy when you got, well, not so good. I'm not going to, being kind here, not so good players around it. So, we'll see.
So, Claude, I think, you know what it is, right? Pepe cost us 72 million, right? When you're paying that amount of money, especially a club like us, right, because it's unheard of, right, for us. When you spend that amount of money on a player, you need to build a team around that player, right? You need to build a team around that player. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I look at Eden Hazard, right? And any Chelsea fans in the chat room, right, can back me up. All right, the amount of games he had where he was non-existent, right? But he produced that one moment of brilliance, right, to turn the game on its head. Pepe, for me, has got that, right? He has to play. Pepe was dreadful last night. Let's be honest, he was dreadful. But that one magic, right? He done the business. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you spend the big bucks on players like that. Because when it ain't going for you, one moment, bang, in, right? But he can't do it on his own. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, you need to build a team around him. And at the moment, if you look at that team, it's all crap. It's all rubbish. Do you know what I'm saying? It's you know, I look at the strikers, man,
Tom
as well,
says,
like
Tom says we need a new keeper. Tom, anyway, says that we need a new keeper. And well, I don't know until we know the extent of Leno's injury. I mean, it could be just a. It could be months. It could be a few weeks. You don't know the extent of the injury. So until we know it, the real extent, I don't think we can make comments. But if he's out for next season, then I think yes, you're right. We do. Although I didn't think Martinez done too bad when he came on, but over a season, that's another thing altogether. Just getting Kent off. Right. Let's have a look anymore.
you got a super chat there from Chadwick.
Yeah, I'm just getting it up. Yeah. Oh, it's going to keep going off my screen. Arsenal are the laughing stock. Thanks for that, Chadwick. Thanks for that. Chadwick, I'm going to send. I think I've got your email address, and I'm going to send you that. We're going to send you that shirt soon, so or whatever you pick. Let us know what you want, and we'll send it to you. He's got. He said we're the laughing stock, and he's not wrong. We are the banter club at the moment, aren't we?
Of course we are. Of course we are. And do you know what, Claude, as well, right? Do you know why a lot of us, right? There's, I can imagine there's people in this chat room right now thinking, "Oh, we're going over the top." What you need to realise, right, is when a result like that happens, right, and it's the manner in which you lose on Monday, right, when we all go back to work, right, we know, right, we're going back to work and we're going to get bantered. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're embarrassed. We're going to get insulted, right? And it's not right. And this is what the club. They walk off the pitch last night. It's like they don't really care. It doesn't really matter to them. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what hurts me, right? And it's just me, you, and anyone else in this chat room, right, would die to play for that club for 5 minutes, let alone 90. And when seeing players here, bang average players on good money, they're taking it for granted, Claude. They take it for granted. Do you know what I'm saying? For me, that's disgusting. I'm embarrassed at the moment.
Yeah. What did Ivan Gazidis say when we left? We left Highbury for the Emirates to go up another level. We have gone to another level, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder why we left Highbury, innit? I mean, I don't know. I think I prefer. All this big stadium and that. I don't know. It's like it's just got lost. We've got. No, I don't know. Well,
I know, mate. I know. It is, mate. It is. It's hard, Claude. It's hard, and we got a tough run in, mate. It's not going to get any easier. Trust me.
Mr. Mia Ruban says, Arteta is a very irresponsible man. He's not taking responsibility of his decisions. He has to explain his in-game decisions. He's learning to coach while managing Arsenal football. Yeah, he's learning the game, but this is not the place to start learning. Go and learn it in a lower league, not here. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm trying to say. So even Lampard went down the league to get some experience. This guy's got no experience apart from, all right, cool. He's been with Guardiola. He's learned, but it doesn't. It's not the same thing. It's not taking the decisions, making those gambles, making decisions on the day. It's not the same as being there and. Giving your little bit of input. It's not the same thing, mate. And as I say, he's got no experience. And all these number twos. Look, we go on record.
Is it me or is Claude frozen? Guys in the chat, is it me who's frozen or is it Claude? Let me know. Have I froze Jake? Ilias. So as you can tell from the car at the moment, I can't really tell. Oh, hello Archie, you up, mate? Hang on, we'll try and get Claude back. Hang on. Blimey, he's got worse Wi-Fi than I have, and I'm in the car. Yeah, hang on, look. I think Claude's trying to log back in. But guys, listen, while we're waiting for Claude, let's be honest. I mean, are we wrong? Do we have a right to? Am I wrong for saying for wanting better, for demanding better from this club. Because in my head, in my eyes, we are a massive club. We have been, historically. Arsenal are a big club. We're just not moving like one, yeah. But we are a big club, right? And I'm seeing too many bang average players taking the piss out of this club, right? And that, for me, that's a fact. Oh, here he is. Claude's coming back. Hey, there you are.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's worse, my internet or our football club at the moment. But never mind. I took the gamble coming on today, and
another super chat from Chadwick.
Sorry about that, everyone. I hope you kept them entertained, Diesel, while I was out.
I tried, mate. I tried.
Thank you for cutting. I'm glad you're on there now, because it would have been right. Arsenal are embarrassing. This team couldn't win away. Couldn't even tie the the shoes of a team in the Champions League. We don't deserve to play in Europe. Yeah, agree. Totally agree, Chadwick. And maybe it might do us good not to be in Europe next year, because then I don't want to be honest with you, I don't want to be doing that poxy Europa League as a joke competition anyway. But I think that might do us a favour 1 year out of it, and then we can just maybe, you know what? And that means we can't get any players. Then let's bring all the young players in and just start from scratch again. Anything but this dross. Anything but this dross that I see in front of me every week. Anything. I don't care.
Sorry, Davey Fisher. Sorry, mate. I can only scroll up a certain way, and I can't see it. Apologies if we missed it, mate. Can you?
I'm looking. Oh, I've got. Let me have a look. Davey Fisher.
Go on, mate.
I'm looking up there. Very
good. Sorry, Davey. Apologies, mate.
David, I really apologize, but I can't see it. Where is this super chat?
I can't.
I can't see it.
What was the comment, Davey? I'm not saying give us another super chat. Just write it out, mate, and we'll read it out for you.
Write the comment out again. Write the comment out again, and don't put any more thing in. Just let us know what the comment was, because I can't see it in here. It says you missed my super chat, but I'm looking up and down. I can't see it. We've got so many coming in. We've got a load of people coming in today. David said get Glenn back on while we've got.
Thanks, Simply. Cheers, mate.
I'm afraid Glenn is under orders. It's a joke. I mean, he has to ask permission every time to come on, and she doesn't let him come on. And I'm afraid,
guys, listen.
The only way we're going to get him on, Glenn, permanently, if he gets a divorce. That's the only way. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Bertrand. Hope you're well, mate. The thing is, if we get rid of Arteta,
if we get rid of Arteta, would you seriously want to manage this mess? Managers would be tarnishing the legacy and joining this. Yeah. Well, what can I say? Yeah, maybe that's the problem. That's where maybe it's not just Arteta. Maybe it's the recruitment that needs to be pushed out the door. Maybe then just get some people.
Yeah, but Claude, right? Claude, in response to that, right? What I would say, right? I look at Everton, yeah, and I look at they managed to get Ancelotti, right? Now, my dream manager is Diego Simeone, right? Because he is the one man I personally think could come in, right, and sort this club out, yeah, right. Now, Ancelotti is in the same league as Simeone, right, in terms of elite. Everton, who are nowhere near as big a club as Arsenal, right, they are a big club, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near on our level. If they can get Ancelotti, why can't we get an elite manager on that level? And that is a fair question. Can anyone answer that? It's because Everton have got ambition, yeah? We haven't got ambition. Yeah. We're not showing it. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're in London. You're telling me we can't attract an elite manager? Stadium we got, like we're in the capital. Those two things alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, mate, maybe they don't want. maybe they. My feeling is they don't want anyone answering back to them. They want someone that just, you know, be grateful that you're in the Arsenal job, but just get on with it. That's what they fucking. That's what they probably mean. Because at the end of the day, I'm still to this day, I'm baffled by one of the biggest clubs, probably the third biggest club in England at this moment in time in history and everything else. It's employing a guy that's got no experience in the job. I still don't get it. Well, at least United, I mean, with Solskjaer, at least he has some sort of experience. He's got no experience whatsoever to do in this job. And
it would. Do you know what? Right, when it comes to Arteta, all right, I don't dislike the man. Honestly, I really don't. Right, but for me, it would have made more sense him taking over from Pep at Man City than it would have him coming to the Arsenal. In my opinion, it would have made more sense. You know, but we need results now, Claude. We haven't got time. You know, the one thing about Arsenal, the manager hasn't got time. We haven't got time. We're sinking quicker than the Titanic, mate. We don't have time. It's the one luxury we don't have. You know what I'm saying? And that it's such a big job. This is a big job, right? For most managers. Let's be honest. There's so much crap, right? There's so much crap. It's not just about who we're going to buy. For me, I'm more interested to see who we're going to sell. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to clear the decks. You know, and that's the hard thing. Terry was saying it yesterday, you know, just accept 10 million, right, for each player. It's not the transfer fee, Claude, it's the salaries they're on.
Pay a lot of these guys to get out.
You know?
You might have to pay a lot of these guys to get out of the club.
Yeah, of course, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're all on really good salaries, aren't they?
I know you're not a big fan of Ozil, but I'm sorry, but even yesterday, all right? Even yesterday, who was there in our midst? Who was opening up anything in that fucking team yesterday? No one.
No, he wouldn't have made any difference. He'd have made no difference at all. Right?
It's fucking...
If he'd come on the pitch, right, we'd probably have lost 3-1. Right? He's a passenger, Claude. He's playing with like 10 men.
I agree when you're talking about teams like Man City, but when we're playing teams like Brighton, I think he can do something, but he certainly could do more than what that dross we had out there yesterday. You know.
No, I'm sorry, man.
I'll tell you what. People going about Ceballos. You know, got people about Ceballos and all right. Do you honestly believe if he was that good that Real Madrid would just throw him on loan?
No, I agree.
Without worry.
I agree. Listen, we did a keep and sell on this, Claude, weeks ago, didn't we? And I said I've not seen enough. Right? What it is, because his parent club is Real Madrid, you fans instantly expect him. Oh my God, he's from Real Madrid. He's got to be world class, right? If he's world class, mate, Real Madrid are not loaning. They wouldn't loan him. They don't get rid of good players. Trust me. Exactly. He's okay, but he ain't anything special. Do you know what I mean? If he can't stand out in a bang average midfield like ours, there's something wrong. No, you did earlier on. You're fine now, mate.
Hello, Alex, mate. Hello, Alex. Hope everything is all right at home. My prayers and thoughts are with you and your partner, and I hope everything goes well for you, mate. It's not an easy time for you, and I know what you're going through. I went through it with my mother, and it's horrible. It's not nice, but hopefully your partner will make that recovery. What else is there? Anzo Ali. Hold on, you had a big one there. What's he saying there? All right, Claude is bang out of Anzo Ali. This is Anzo. You question, give me a man. Give the man time, mate. What time has he had? Well, I am giving him that time. I've not said him to go. But don't come in on here and tell me he's avoid of criticism. He's not allowed criticism. I am giving him time, but at the same time, I want to see something that's credible. I don't want to see what he was doing yesterday, what he done yesterday, what his team selection at Man City. What was that all about?
Do you know what Ansar?
Yesterday all about?
Ansar, Ansar, right?
We have to question these things. It's all very well give him time, give him time. If you can see things are happening, right? I got this with bloody Emery. Oh, give him time, Emery. Oh, give him time. And then we lost the cup final. Oh, give him more time. And look what happened. No. If you can't see any progress, then you have to start talking. You have to start saying things. But the trouble with this fan base is they look at these things like 1 minute is give him time, but a couple of weeks ago you're all saying what a major improvement is. So make your mind up. He's making major improvement with the players, but now you're telling me give him time. Well, where's the major improvement then? You can't have it both ways.
Ansar, yes, listen, mate. Thanks for tuning in, yeah. But a comment like that is exactly why we're in such a mess and exactly why our fan base is so split. Because you just said it's bang out of order that we question, right? Why can't we question him? Why? Right? We have no patience. We've been patient since we moved to the Emirates, pal. That's patience. Yeah?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Some of these fans, Claude, honestly. Anyway,
it's not the point of giving people time. The point is they've got to be questioned. What's this? Is another super chat? Have I seen?
Yeah, that's a new one. Shyam, thanks, mate. Shyam Thunder.
I nearly missed that one. So another super chat. If you're in Auburn's place, would you stay in the club at the current mess with possibly no Europe or pursue a future somewhere else? And since he's 30, no, he's not 32. I think he's 31. I'm not sure. He's not 32, but I could be correct. In fact, I'm not sure. Yeah. If I was a Aubameyang, to be honest with you, and he's not like us. He's a fan. He's not a fan like us. And Real Madrid, someone like that come in. You got what would you do? Do you chase what you could be a great player at Real Madrid, or you sitting with a load of stiffs at the Emirates? Come on. I would understand if you wanted to go.
I know what I would do. What would you do?
I do actually think you might stay, because I just don't know whether Arsenal will get enough money that will be enough to let him go anyway. So I think he will stay, but with a condition that next year we qualify for the Champions League. But we'll see.
If he stays, all right, I'll be honest, mate. If he stays, I would question his ambition, because if that was me, I'm off. Right? He's 31, 32, right? He hasn't got time, right, to sit around for this project, right? You know what I'm saying? If he stays, he can't be ambitious, in my opinion. Debbie, I totally agree. A lot of Arsenal fans were saying that he was slightly overweight, therefore he's not going to be in shape for when he plays us. How wrong were they? Yeah.
Well, yeah, if he's out of shape, I don't know what a lot of our players are then, if he's out of shape. Jesus Christ. I'll take him with another 5 stone on top of him rather than our shit that we've got. Exactly. Anyway. The ladies team clearly has. Yeah, the ladies team done really well. They were unlucky because they had their season postponed, but which was a bit harsh really, because they weren't that far behind at the time. With Chelsea, but we'll see. What's the point? Yeah, we've deserved better than the shit we've been served. Arsenal have fallen off from grace massively since leaving Highbury. Yeah, true. What was the point in even moving? Yes, I agree. That was a mistake. Our board already. Yeah, because that's what they wanted. They wanted to build the stadium, get more people in, get more money, more revenue. But unfortunately, it's maybe even that It was, oh, I don't know. I mean, I'd rather at least at Highbury. You knew wasn't getting conned. That's for sure. Anyway,
That's
it's a unique, great stadium, a unique stadium. I do miss it.
I do.
I think this place we're in now is soulless. I'm sorry to say.
Any funny, Claude, right? When we was at Highbury, right, we had about 5 or 6 world-class players in our team. Now we're at the Emirates, we haven't got one. Says it all.
Girl says Claude is frozen. Let it go, let it go.
Claudiola! No, you're fine at the moment, mate. Yeah, here we go. Look, yes. Yeah, good comment, mate. I don't know. It's not all the owner, mate. I can't. It's a collective, man. It's a collective. We have spent money, mate. We haven't spent it wisely.
Yeah, exactly.
I do agree with the Arsenal fans. We are disjointed. We are very split.
100%.
Claude, can I just ask you a question? Right.
Yeah.
I want your opinion on this because I don't think you see it. Right, in our stream last night, we was talking. Flo was saying about we need to get together as a fan base, right, and unite and protest. And I made a point of saying that if you look at the AFTV fan cams, right, and I'll pick you as an example, Claude. I've seen you do a fan cam and you're hurt, right? You're genuinely hurt, right, because we've just lost. And all I'm seeing behind you, all these youngsters laughing and joking, right, and trying to grab you on the shoulder and all that, like it's a joke, yeah? How are they fans to me? Because you're standing there and you're upset and you're hurt and you're angry.
The
And
problem
I'm seeing people behind you having a laugh and a joke like it's a day out with the lads.
Yeah, problem with that is what happens. They know where the Arsenal fan TV is set up. I think a lot of them don't even go to the game. And what's going on? What really is happening here is that they're just joining after, just to because they think it's something. So especially if things are not right, it's a bit of controversy, a bit of entertainment for themselves. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't take too much note. I wouldn't say that all these people that are outside are actual fans, actually. But
no, they're not fans, mate. It's a day out. It's a day out on the piss with the boys. That's all it is. I don't care about Arsenal.
So, because I mean, but people, that's what I'm saying. People get when people are ranting, they get entertained by it. That's what it comes down to. I mean, I'd rather not be ranting. I'd rather see my team top of the league, and me, I wouldn't be even probably.
Yeah.
But I'd rather that than this. What's going on at the? I'm saying. So anyway, so some good games coming up later on. Chelsea against Villa, Everton against Liverpool. So at the moment, Newcastle 0, Sheffield United 0. 23 minutes, not much happening in the game. We've got them next week. So we've got them in the FA Cup next week. So they look very organised, Sheffield United. So it might be, it could be one of them games where one goal win it next week. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. That's it.
Another difficult game. That's the FA Cup next Sunday. This time next Sunday, I think we're playing them in the FA Cup at Bramall Lane. What else have we got here?
Hello to Tony Rolfe in the chat. Hope you're well, Tony.
Where is he?
Hang on, I'm trying to find him. There you go.
Oh, look. AFTV was unreal last night. Everybody is taking the piss. Do you think the image of Arsenal has changed? Look at Ty's interview. Dear. I don't really want to. I can't really speak too much about that because all I will say is that Ty. I think he's passionate about the team, but the trouble with Ty, and as much as he's passionate and he loves the football club, and don't get me wrong, he only sees it one way, and he, how can I put it? It's everyone else's fault, but they're our own. So if we lose the game and the referee makes 2 dodgy decisions or 1 dodgy decision, but we give 3 stupid goals away, it's the 2 dodgy decisions that he'll go on. I've got to say that I'm looking at that incident again. I'm looking at that incident again with the forward. If Leno does the normal thing that goalkeepers are allowed to do and bring his knee up, when that's happening, when he sees it happening, he wouldn't have maybe not get that injury. And if you look at match of the day last night, even Ian Wright said it wasn't deliberate. So I'm sure he said it on match of the day last night. It wasn't deliberate. So and that's an Arsenal man. So
yeah. Listen, the last thing I'm worried about is what that player did. I'm more looking at ourselves and thinking, forget everyone else, Claude. Forget that Moorpay or Brighton, right? The real problem is us. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's look in house.
Yeah. And by the way, Tony, you're looking forward to the game, Chelsea against Villa, could be quite a good game actually. Quite enjoyable. We'll review that. Tony, if you want to come on after the game, we'll have a little review of the game if you want. If you're available, probably won't come on if they lose, will he? I know what Tony's like. If they lose, he won't come on. Anyway, but enjoy the game, I'm sure. But I think that's if his kids let him enjoy the game. I don't know if he will. Because apparently he's getting a lot of kids running around and that. We'll see. Ty's kidnapped. What's this Ty's kidnapped?
Yeah. Also, listen, a big up to Bertrand Soup, mate. I think I meant it was your birthday, so happy birthday to you, Bertrand. Happy birthday, mate.
Right.
Yeah, I doubt that, mate. If that is the case, then obviously I'll be the first one to honestly demand him at the club. But, till then.
No, but that's bullshit because he will be on the bench.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Let's get that right. If that's true, and you're right, it would be better to get him out. But I can't believe that can be good because why would he be on the bench yesterday? Because he would have someone really got serious. He would have had to come on the pitch. So he would have had to wear the shirt. So I think that's all. I'm sorry, that's not. Well, we can't have that. We can't be saying things like that.
Yes, Tony. Yeah, Tony will come on, Claude.
Yeah, well, after the game, Tony, if we get a link to you, I will do an after match thing, Chelsea v Villa, and I'll contact you and we'll see what we can do. That kicks off at 4.
What do you reckon, Claude?
What's that?
What do you reckon of this, Southampton? What do you reckon? Are you confident? Honestly?
Omar, another nice guy in the chat. I hope you're well, Omar. I saw you. Were you on Daniel's channel the other day? I saw you on Daniel's channel for 2 minutes, but you didn't say much. I don't know if you was blocked out or muted, but I didn't hear you say much. But do we stand a chance against Southampton? Yeah, of course we stand a chance. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think there's much in it between them and Brighton, but hopefully there'll be a few changes in the team. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, if we needed it, we could have got away with it yesterday, but Yes, there definitely is a watch along.
Yes,
For
Star.
the
Yes,
Liverpool
mate.
team, yeah. I think it's been already been advertised on YouTube. Definitely be either me. You're in on this tonight, Diesel? Are you
Yeah,
in tonight?
should be, mate. Should be, yeah.
Right, and hopefully Terry, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But there definitely, whatever happens, I'll be doing one tonight. I'm looking forward to that. Actually, Merseyside derby, Liverpool on the verge. Right, let's see what this chat says. Silver, don't agree with most of the negativity some fans come out with. It's almost as if they can't wait to be negative. If you don't like football, don't go. However, cool. Where can I buy the sweater? It should be now available on the website. I don't know if the website is up.
No,
it should be up today or tomorrow.
I think by tomorrow night. Sorry, by tonight. I think the website should be up and running. And you can see all the merchandise on there.
Should be available.
Prices. Yeah.
And
cheers, Silver.
Yeah, and yeah, it should be. But I don't want Arsenal to. I've been going 40 years, mate. What do you think? I'll go 40 years to want them to lose? Come on. It's just that I can't accept when we play shit, and that's it. I can't accept it. I can't accept all this. Oh, he's going to go. Give it time. Give it time. No, I want it now. I want it now. I want to see signs. At least I want to see some sort of signs that we're going in the right direction. What I've seen in the last couple of games is very worrying. And if it's not worrying anyone else, well, then we've got problems.
No, exactly. Can I say very quickly, HK Football, Ralph. Hi, Claude, watching from Hong Kong. Thanks for watching, mate. What time is it over there? Out of interest, what time is it over there, mate? And also, a massive thank you to Grant McRoberts, who's he's just signed up to be a member. Grant, thank you, mate. Much appreciated, Grant. You watch us all the time, mate, and you support us big time. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Right. There's not much more to say. I think let's have a couple more here. What's this there? I've got an idea, says CG. I wish we'll share it with us, mate. Tom says, hopefully Cronky sells. We need a new direction. Yeah, but it's all very well selling. But what about the next one that comes in? Are we going to see the same again? It's all about recruitment and the people that are doing the recruitment and not feeding their agents for the sake of our football club. Oh, did I say that? Oh, shouldn't have said that. Right. Well, exactly. So that's it for today. Thank you all in the chat for coming on. I'm about to watch Newcastle versus Sheffield United for the rest of the after game. Although I might, looking at it so far, I might actually get a pot of paint and start watching the wall dry.
Yeah.
On the
thanks, Eki.
Dry on the wall. So let's.
Thanks for watching, Eki. Nice one, mate. He's a Celtic fan. He loves the channel. Thank you very much, bro. And also,
he's a Celtic fan. I don't know where we're.
Barbados. Dan Kilman.
Man, watching from Barbados. Keep up the great work.
Oh, Claude, what we would do to be
Man
there
United
right
fan,
now.
A good draw for you in the end.
Oh,
I'm going to Barbados.
Hey.
Yeah,
Alex Wilden, happy birthday. It's your birthday today, Alex. Happy birthday, mate.
His birthday today.
Yeah, he said
Alex's
Sunday.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, mate.
Oh, Alex, happy birthday. I didn't realise, mate. Happy birthday, Alex.
Birthday. Everyone wish Alex happy birthday in the chat room.
Shall we sing it? Song for happy birthday song.
Happy
birthday, Alex. Happy birthday,
Alex. Happy birthday, Alex Wilton.
Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip,
Well done, Alex.
hip hip, hip hip. Ah!
And hopefully one day we'll have a drink together, Alex, and we can celebrate your birthday. Listen, thanks for everyone. Thank you, everyone. Take care, everyone, and I love you all. You're all part of the channel. Everyone that's here, you're part of the family. You're part of our family, and I'm really grateful for your support so far on the channel. And I wish you all well for the rest of the weekend. Take care, everyone. And maybe see you later on tonight. If you're coming on tonight, Everton, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Going to be a cracker. Going to be an absolute cracker. Take care.
Cheers, guys. Love you all. Wish you well.